And greetings, it's Fred in Alaska. Here down on the peninsula, I'm on some private property. There's some things that happened here approximately 3 weeks ago before all the leaves were on the trees. Jim shared, it's not his real name, here where I'm filming currently is where him and his neighbor had an experience that really shook him up. So what ended up happening is, for over the course of 3 years, the neighbors had issues with thinking the other one was messing around on their property. Mowers flung into the woods, wood piles disheveled, just miscellaneous random shit, really. Nothing, more like mischievous kind of behavior, and they figured it was a fence that was put in and a dispute over it, but there was none. When he saw his neighbor, when he was checking this particular piece of property out, just scanning around looking for, any sign of whoever was causing mischief, he ran into his neighbor and they called each other over, and they were trying to figure out what the hell, why are you messing with my shit? Why are you messing with mine? That kind of thing. And they quickly realized it was neither one of them. They had been neighbors for a few years, but they never really met. So there was a kind of a standoffish guy thing, he looks like an asshole. Oh, yeah, we probably all are in our own way. But so they got together just up top of this hill, talking and trying to figure out, why the other one had a problem with it, and there was none. So the neighbor leaves. They're on good terms, and they agreed they'll keep an eye out for this, whoever's doing whatever, right? Sorry, my lips are dry from hiking around in the mountains. Anyway, so as Jim's doing something in his backyard, he notices movement up in this hill. Now, the movement he noticed was dark, and it looked big, and he caught it out of the corner of his eye. Now, when he came up to see what the hell was going on. And hold on a second here. He got up to this point right here, and back in this other stand right over there, that group there behind there, this thing was standing, and it stood up, behind him. This stand of trees right here behind me started swaying back and forth. And he was just 3 paces away. Shocked the shit out of him. He jumps, he tore the hell out, ran to his house, got his gun, rallied the neighbor. They both come up. Now, and this has all happened within a couple minutes. His neighbor was over with the gun. They came to check out what the hell. They got behind the stand of trees looking for sign of the intruder, and back behind, privacy issues, I can't film that direction without potentially marking his house. So this little stand here, 3 paces away, they were looking beyond it to the other side of this little hill, and they seen it walking, and it walked like it owned the fucking place. It walks over about 50 feet, and immediately they get behind the stand of trees, and they're aiming in between the trees here at it. It sees them aiming guns, walks right back to where they originally saw it, and then it ran over this, across this little gully, and behind this stand of trees here. Now, that's 3 paces away. For me, less than that. So immediately they're shook as fuck, man. They're even Jim telling me about it, his eyes were still big. This happened approximately 3 weeks ago, roughly, when they ended up firing. They panicked when it got behind the little stand of trees, and they opened up. When they each shot like twice. It tucked into a ball, rolled down the hill, jumped up, and ran off. They were both shook. They were pacing around trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Like, they were looking at each other and shaking. Like, they had to go. They calmed down a little bit. He explained to his wife what happened, and they were legitimately freaked out. I would be too. So after they fired and things calmed down, within 2 days, there was screaming going back on this hill. Don't like that whistle. I don't know if that was picked up. Maybe it was. Anyway, there's a fucking creep factor in these woods. Anyway, let me continue. I don't want to get too distracted. You see something behind me, yell at me and let me know. So things calmed down for like 2 days, and then they started hearing screaming coming from right up here. And after it was approximately a week after the initial shooting, so approximately 2 weeks ago, he was in his house and he had his window cracked because it was his wife has some breathing issues, so she loves the fresh air. So they had the window open and just a small little lamp on in the room, and he heard his deceased cat meow. It was very distinct, kind of had a gargly kind of meow to it, and this thing was outside his window imitating his deceased cat's meow. The cat had been gone for at least a year or something like that. Now, he immediately knew something was wrong. So he tells his wife quietly, hum something, just hum a song. So she starts humming just some random song, and he gingerly walks, grabs his gun, that he keeps right by his bedroom door, goes into the adjacent bedroom, looks out the window, peeks out, and he saw dark movement. So immediately he ends up shooting through his window at this thing, and it takes off. His wife freaks the fuck out. As I was coming to meet Jim, his neighbor's property's for sale. These guys, lifelong, they've never had an issue, and now one of them's choosing to move away, and Jim's considering the same thing. It's messed up that we're not getting the whole story from the powers that be to at least give people an idea of what's going on. Because of the more people that know, the better we can brainstorm and figure out how to deal with these things. The woods up here are pretty dense. The undergrowth is starting to come in. Here, let me pan around here and show you. Dense trees. It's all hard to see in the undergrowth. Now, one of the main things to think about is what's causing this. It seems like an accelerated thing. It's either more and more people are feeling comfortable coming forward to share, or occurrences are happening more and more often that can't be ignored. There was no blood sign after they shot it and it rolled down the hill. He saw no sign of blood when he shot through the window at it. He wasn't sure he even hit it. He had to fire on it. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. On site here, Kenai Peninsula. There's more to come. I have a bunch of different footage I've broken up because editing is fuck, dude. Anyway, we won't get into that. It was just anyway. Yeah. So anyone wanting to share an encounter, email me at Alaskan Harryman AlaskanHarrymanProject@gmail.com or NoComp. Or NoComp907@gmail.com. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me. If I see something, I'll turn the GoPro right back on. But I got to get moving.